Okay, so let's get into it. Today we're unpacking The Living Flow by James Can, or Eshek, and the mission here is, well, to understand a system for transformation that, and this is the paradox, completely rejects gurus and authority.
Right.
The text itself calls it a current deeper than belief, older than any system. So the big question is, how do you even begin to build a detailed manual for mastery when you've banned the teacher from the classroom?
That's the core of it, really. What you're looking at is what I'd call a post-authoritarian design. The whole structure isn't there to give you revelation or comfort.
Okay.
It's engineered to create boundaries, safe boundaries for genuine, unadulterated self-discovery. It's actually designed to fail if you try to become dependent on it, because there's no charisma, no person to cling to.
That is fascinating. So the whole philosophy is it fair to say it's built for error prevention, not for revelation?
Exactly. The structure itself is a filter. The idea that anyone who needs that external validation, they'll just disengage. There's nothing there for them to grab onto.
And what's really interesting is how it borrows from these ancient traditions, but it's so selective.
Very selective. It takes the geometry and the idea of stage transformation from classical Tantra, for instance, but then it completely sets aside the deities, the rituals, and crucially, the authority figures.
And it does the same thing with Buddhist concepts, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It pulls that focus on direct experience, that witness consciousness from systems like Zen and Dzogchen. But the really radical part is that it removes the whole ethical doctrine, the teacher who's supposed to correct your path.
So the goal is an awakening that you can't just copy and paste.
It's non-transferable, embodied, integrated, and that makes it immune to forming a cult or, a lineage that depends on one person's charisma.
Okay, let's pause there. If it rejects guidance so strongly, what about the manual itself? Because I'm looking at the Unified Mastery Daily Protocol, and it is intensely specific.
It is.
I mean, we're talking about waking up between 3:0 and 4:0 a.m. That alone feels a little dogmatic, doesn't it?
That's the paradox.
Yeah.
Right? The intense structure is there to guarantee restraint, to provide these precise containers for your energy, not to give you answers.
So like the breathing cycles.
Exactly. The base 60 breathing cycles. It's a 6-second inhale, 6-second hold, 6-second exhale, 6-second hold. That level of precision.
Yeah.
It's like physiological engineering. It's for neurological stability.
And then right after that, the sacred water ritual. Water with sea salt, lemon, and a specific intention. And this is where it gets really interesting for you as the learner, because you're immediately handed an anchor mantra.
Anikata Shakti Amritam.
Which means the power of oneness is immortal nectar.
Precisely. And then you have these structured movement sections with Sanskrit names like Prathamakadara, the primary flow.
So the question is, why have all this high-level structure if the whole point is radical autonomy?
Because the structure is the map. It's not the master. It guides you without telling you what to believe. And that specificity allows you to apply this cosmic rhythm to very personal problems.
And we see that, right, in the daily quotes, like the one for addiction recovery focus. Today, I reclaim my power from the shadows of craving. This isn't just abstract stuff.
Not at all. It's grounded. It's daily discipline applied to daily struggles. So when you connect all the dots, the value proposition is really clear. This is restraint and structure so rigorous that there's no room for anyone else's interpretation. The only authority left is your own discipline. It's a field you enter, not a story you're told.
Which leaves you with this really provocative thought, doesn't it? If mastery comes not from what is taught, but from what is intentionally left absent, the narrative, the promises, the guru, then what are you actually choosing to fill that space with every single morning at 3 a.m.?